the number on the docket. You can know the number on the docket. Everybody should have received a copy of the docket with the Zoom link. Please know the number on the docket. That'll help me get to that case as quickly as possible and get you to the next court. We'll start off with Mr. Canche. Mr. Canche, what number on the docket?
Yes, Your Honor, it's number 3 on the court's docket.
All right, CR 21-11-355H, Guadalupe Niño Avalos. I have a note here that the dismissal was already signed for Mr. Avalos on one case, and I think he has another case. Is that correct?
No, well, Your Honor, they refiled, Your Honor. So they dismissed the old one, refiled it as a Class A.
Gotcha.
So we had to submit another request for discovery. So I still don't have the discovery on this case. So I'm asking for some more time, Your Honor.
All right. Do I need to arraign him on the new case, or was he already arraigned on the new case? Has not been? Okay. Is Guadalupe Avalos present?
Sí. Español, por favor.
All right. Carlos?
Spanish, please.
All right. Mr. Avalos, can I have you raise your right hand, please?
Ábalos, puede levantar su mano derecha, por favor.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Jura que testimonio que haber esta mañana será la verdad y solamente la verdad?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Is your true and correct name Guadalupe Niño Avalos?
Su nombre correcto y verdadero, Guadalupe Niño Ábalos.
Es J. Guadalupe Ábalos Niño.
J. Guadalupe Ábalos Niño.
All right. What is your father's last name, sir?
Es el apellido de tu papá,
Ábalos.
Ábalos.
All right. You may lower your hand, Mr.
Puede bajar su mano.
Avalos. Because your father's last name is Avalos, I will refer to you as Mr. Guadalupe Avalos. Mr. Avalos, you're here before the court charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated with a BAC greater than a .15. That is a Class A misdemeanor. I need to advise you that a Class A misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 1 year in the Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine upon conviction. Do you understand the range of punishment you could receive for a Class A misdemeanor?
Que por la razón que el apellido de su papá es Ábalos, me voy a referir a usted como Guadalupe Niño Ábalos. Señor Ábalos, usted se encuentra ante la corte porque es acusado de una ofensa de manejar intoxicado, que sopló más de un .15, y que es un delito menor clase A. Y tengo que avisarle que con esta ofensa, lo máximo de castigo que usted puede recibir es hasta 1 año de cárcel en el condado y hasta una multa de $4,000 o las dos cosas y ha sido contra culpable. ¿Sí entiende lo máximo de castigo que usted puede recibir por esta ofensa?
Y podría dar pagos el dinero.
And can I give payments on the money?
Well, Mr. Canche, we'll discuss all of that. I just want to make you aware of the range of punishment.
Su abogado Canche le va a avisar tocante todo eso. Ahorita yo nomás quiero avisarle lo máximo de castigo que usted puede recibir por esta ofensa.
Sí.
Yes.
Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane?
¿Alguna corte alguna vez lo ha declarado mentalmente incompetente o que diga que está loco?
No.
No.
Counsel, speaking with your client, do you find him to be mentally competent?
He is competent, Your Honor.
Court's going to go ahead and make a finding that Guadalupe Niño Avalos is mentally competent. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty for him at this time. The reset date, Mr. Canche, for this case will be April the 7th at 9:30, April 7th, 9:30. Now, this is a BAC with a greater than a .15 that was refiled. The court's going to go ahead and put Mr. Avalos in a breakout room with our probation officer so that he can have a mobile device installed. Today is Thursday. He'll have until Wednesday to install that mobile device. I will advise you, Mr. Canche, that the court has a new policy that we just implemented last week, which is if your client does not have any violations, and if this case resolves itself by way of a plea, or if there's any court costs or fines that are associated with a pretrial diversion of that sort, if there's been no violations, if you've never been sanctioned, if there's been no admonishments, then the court will go ahead and waive all fines and court costs. So that's the court's way of kind of helping the individuals who are having to incur this additional cost of the mobile device.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you can have that information and consult with your client appropriately.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to put Ms. Rodriguez and Mr. Avalos in a breakout room so that they can discuss the placement of that mobile device. Mr. Canche, do you have anything else before the court?
No, Your Honor, this is the only case I had.
I can put you in that breakout room as well if that's something that you want, or if not, you're excused.
I have county court 2 right now, Judge, so.
Okay, no problem. Carlos, will you let him know that I'm putting him in a breakout room for discussion on the mobile device with Ms. Rodriguez and to accept the invitation?
Señor Ábalos, le estoy mandando una invitación ahí en su pantalla acepte esa invitación para que entre al otro sala con la oficial Rodríguez.
And his reset date is April 7th at 9:30.
Y va a regresar el 7 de abril a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Martinez, what do you have?
Morning, Judge. I've got number 31 on your docket, Kevin Gonzalez.
31, CR 2110 491H, Kevin Karim Gonzalez. No bond modification on this case. It's a first status. Your announcement.
Judge, we've been speaking to my client. I think we're going to be applying for the DWI court program. Just need a little more time to complete that application.
All right, DWI court. Is this not his first?
He's got something out of a different county, Judge.
Okay. Is he present?
He is, Judge. He's wearing a Reebok black shirt.
Yes, sir.
I do see him there. All right. Let me go ahead and give you April 7th, 2022 at 9:30 in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
You're excused. Mr.
I'll stay
Orozco, what do you have?
Your Honor, good morning. And first of all, my apologies. I don't have the docket number, Your Honor. I didn't receive the Zoom.
Okay,
We just called in your court to get the Zoom info. I represent Adrian Rodriguez Gonzalez.
Number
and
27.
that's-
27.
Thank you.
All right, that's CR 2111 172H, Adrian Rodriguez Gonzalez. No bond
Yes, Your Honor.
modifications either. Your first status, Mr.
That's
Orozco?
That's correct, Your Honor. I believe he qualifies for either the DWI court or the PTD, Your Honor. I'm asking for some time for that. Also, I'll be requesting him to come in and review the evidence with me.
All right, April 7th, 2022 at 9:30. Is Mr. Adrian Gonzalez present?
He should be, Your Honor.
Adrian Gonzalez, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Adrian Gonzalez? Adrian Gonzalez.
We gave him the Zoom about 15 minutes before start time, Your Honor. If he's not logged in yet, I will definitely call him and ask him to log in right now.
What we can do, Mr. Orozco, and because I know you're busy, is I'll grant you a motion for continuance. It'll be granted. What that'll do is it'll trigger a note on our docket that he must be present on April the 7th, or a warrant will be issued at that time.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate your courtesies.
No worries.
You have a great
Anything
day,
else?
Judge. No, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're
Be
excused.
safe,
Thank
be
you.
safe, Judge. Thank you.
All right, the next one with their camera on is Ms. Garcia, Dalinda Garcia.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 66 on your docket, Your Honor. This is set for a status. We filed the PTD application on January the 10th, Your Honor, and we're just waiting for the DA's office to let us know whether they're going to accept the PTD application, Your Honor. The last time that we had a hearing, I had asked the court if the court would remove the patch because she's had it since, I think since August of 2021. And the court said, at that point, it was right before the holidays, the court said no, to wait after the holidays. So here we are.
Okay, is Alexis Villarreal present?
She is, Judge.
I'm
Just
here.
tell her.
Okay, perfect.
Judge, the issue is that she was positive for amphetamines on January 7th of this year.
And I understand that the defense attorney emailed some prescription. Is that correct, Ms. Garcia, for those,
That's correct, Your Honor. I
whatever she
did.
tested positive for?
I
That's
haven't
correct.
received it. It might be in probation's hands.
The probation department should have it because I confirmed that with Ms. Rodriguez, Your Honor.
I think
Okay.
Ms. Rodriguez is still in the breakout room with,
Yes, and let me see if I have an email here. That- I sent it to her.
Judge, I have her notes. She did get a copy of that
Okay.
prescription. So
okay,
we're fine.
perfect. Okay, so Ms. Garcia, then how much time do you think you need so I can give you a reset date and then we can talk about the drug patch?
I don't know. It just depends on what the DA's office is gonna do. Maybe 45 days, Judge. I'm not sure. We submitted the PTD application on January the 10th, exactly a month ago.
Let me give you the April 7th date that I've been giving everyone. That's about 60 days out.
April 7th at 9:30, Judge?
April 7th, 9:30. All right.
And that would
And
be for status, Judge?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That is April 7th. With respect to the drug patch results, I have no problem removing that as a condition.
Okay, and I guess the DA's office will prepare an order so that she can have it removed or just do it, or how do we do that?
We'll prepare that order. We'll send it to probation.
Okay,
Okay, so I'm just making my own notes here on my docket. Removal of drug patch granted.
okay,
Okay, we'll see you, Ms. Villarreal and Ms. Garcia on April 7th at 9:30 for this case.
thank you, Judge.
All
May
right,
we
thank
be
you.
excused, Judge?
You're excused.
Thank you.
All right, let me go back to Mr. Ruben Luna.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I'm here on, I don't know what number the docket is, Judge. I had to call in as well to get the Zoom information yesterday.
All right, what is your client's name?
Carlos David Lopez, Judge.
Lopez,
Number 37, Judge.
37. All right, CR 2111 352H, Carlos David Lopez, no violations reported. Your announcement, Mr. Luna.
Judge, I'm here in a motion to substitute. Mr. Lopez hired me. Mr. Halili was previously on the case. He was present as well. Just asking the court for more time. Mr. Lopez has a pending felony, 45 days or so should be good. It has not been indicted.
All right, I'll give you April 7th, 2022 at 9:30. Mr. Halili, you're relieved of your responsibilities and duties. If you have a voucher, please submit that voucher for your time.
Will do, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Luna, there's been no violations reported. I don't know if you've heard my announcement, but if on DWI cases where there's a bond modification to involve a mobile device, if no violations are reported, once the case is disposed of, the court's waiving all fines and court costs to offset some of the costs. So the quicker this case gets resolved, the quicker that Mr. Lopez gets to have his costs waive all fines and court costs. So that's just a way of the court, not compensating, but reimbursing him for his costs. If he complies, if there's any violations, then obviously that's off the table. But right now, no violations have been reported on the first status.
Yes, Judge, we will keep that in mind going forward.
Perfect. Anything else, Mr. Luna?
That's all, Judge.
Have a good day.
You too, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Montalvo.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is number 62 in the court's docket.
For 62. CR 2110 526H, Bernardo Vasquez. Bernardo Vasquez, is Mr. Vasquez present?
He is on, Your Honor. I just saw him.
I see his eye.
Oh, I don't even see that.
All right.
But he is on.
Your announcement, Mr. Montalvo.
Yes, Your Honor. We have submitted the pretrial diversion packet already, Your Honor. We are waiting on an occupational driver's license, but that's been filed as well. So we're just asking for another setting so that hopefully we can get that response from the DA's office.
Let me go ahead and give you April the 7th, 2022 at 9:30. April 7th, 2022, 9:30. Mr. Vasquez, stay in contact with Mr. Montalvo. We'll see you on April 7th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Aguirre.
Good morning, Your Honor. We have number 17 on the court's docket, Cesar Cruz.
CR 21-00633H, State of Texas versus Cesar Cruz.
Yes, Your Honor, I think it was last week or so you had requested clean UA or testing for a UA.
Yes.
He was not able to get that, Your Honor. I'm going to ask the state for a different recommendation, and we'll go from there, Judge.
All right. Does the state have any announcement on this one?
Not at this time, Judge. I'll be discussing with Mr. Aguirre, see what we do.
Okay, let me give you a short reset, Mr. Aguirre. That way y'all can decide what y'all want to do. I'm going to go ahead and give you a reset date for March the 8th.
Yes, Your Honor.
30 days down the road. March 8th, 2022, 9:30, okay? Mr. Cruz, I see that your camera is on.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay. Stay in contact with your attorney. We'll see you on March the 8th at 9:30.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, next I have number 35 on the court's docket.
Number 35, CR 20-09-441H, Joshua Michael Hernandez. Joshua
Yeah.
Michael Hernandez.
Your Honor, on 125, he was a no-show in court. We tried the numbers, tried to contact him, no luck.
All right, is Joshua Michael Hernandez present and on mute? If you are, please unmute yourself. Joshua Michael Hernandez. There be no response. What says the state?
State request judgment NICE be granted. Keep is issued and all bonds forfeited to the state of Texas.
Judgment nice shall be granted. Case is issued. Bond forfeited to the state for the arrest of Joshua Michael Hernandez for his failure to appear. If you make contact with him, Mr. Aguirre, bring him in.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
We have number 42 on the court's docket.
.42. CR 20-01-995H, Alexis Eduardo Marin.
Yes,
Is
Your Honor.
Alexis Eduardo Marin present?
I did send him an email, Your Honor. This is a POM case. I'm looking at Mr. Parsons' notes from before. I don't see a recommendation in this case. I know Mr. Marin had called into our office before. I did email him Zoom information.
Let me
When
go
I
ahead
got
and
it
grant
yesterday,
you- let me grant you a motion for continuance and a reset date for March the 8th.
3/8. Yes, Your Honor. I'll get in contact with him and Mr. Heller as far as a recommendation.
All right, March 8th, 9:30 for Mr. Alexis Marin.
Yes, Your Honor. And then we have number 49. It's a restitution hearing. Edgar Ovando Jr.
CR 22-00129H, Edgar Ovando Jr., restitution hearing. State have any witnesses to present?
Judge, not this time, we're asking for continuance.
All right, when are we up for the 30 days? This is number 49. Edgar Ovando Jr., we may be up against a deadline on this one, Yuri.
Let me check.
CR 22-00129H.
Was disposed on the 19th, Judge. We have a few more days.
All right, Tuesday, I'll reset this for Tuesday, which is the
15th, Your Honor.
of February, 2/15/2022 at 9:30 in the morning. Is Edgar Ovando present?
Your Honor, no, I spoke with him, with his mother. He started a new job, and I don't think he's able to log in at work. That's my understanding. Or this was mom told me. I am in communication with him, though.
Okay, we'll see you on the 15th at 9:30.
Yes, Your Honor. Then we have number 56, Pierre Evan Soler. This one, Judge, we're listed on there, but I don't see an appointment letter. We have no information on him. I know he has a felony pen on 218. I think Jose Antonio Solis is still the attorney of record on that one.
Give me, I think we did do an order appointing the public defender's office. Okay, let me go ahead and give you a date after his felony. Let me give you February the 22nd. February 22nd at 9:30.
And Your Honor, so the motion withdrawal for Mr. Solis is granted and you're appointing the public defender's office?
Correct.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay,
Your Honor, because the auditors give us kind of a hard time, we would need an order if we could.
we're working on that right
I
now.
appreciate it, Judge. The next one I have, no judges, and the last one is number 60, Noé Torres III. I believe he is logged in.
CR 21-08-167H, Noé Torres III. Is Noé Torres III present?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Noé Torres. Your announcement, Mr. Aguirre.
Your Honor, I received a recommendation from the state. I need to discuss it with Mr. Torres. He's also, I believe, PTD eligible. So I need to discuss both options.
All right, can I give you maybe March the 8th?
Yes, Your Honor.
March 8th, 2022 at 9:30.
And if I may, Mr. Torres, please call our office this afternoon.
I got you, boss. I'll call you after work.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
The only other case I have, Judge, is a jail case, and I believe it was already reset. And that's it.
Okay, I just signed off on the order appointing on Mr. Soler. That's been signed. We're going to walk that over to the clerk's office.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Aguirre, also number 46.
Number
Aaron
40.
Miranda.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Let me pull him up. I believe he should be online. I sent him
Aaron Midelis?
email.
Is Aaron? All right, perfect. Mr. Midelis is present. This is CR 21-10-099H. Your announcement, Mr. Aguirre.
Yes, Your Honor. This is a case I need to check because I need to get with Mr. Heller as far as resending discovery. I think it went to Mr. Heller's or Mr. Parsons' email. We don't have access to that. So I'm going to get some discovery and start working on this case. I believe he should be PTD eligible as well. I don't think he has a history.
All right. Let me give you on this one, March 31st.
331. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, March 31st at 9:30.
Perfect. Mr. Mireles, I'll talk to you this Friday, please, if you can call me.
Friday, okay. Sounds good.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
You're excused, Mr. Mireles. Mr. Aguirre, you can log back on so we can maybe staff that issue with Mr. Heller once you're done with other courts.
Yes, Your Honor. If Mr. Heller could just text me whenever you're ready.
Perfect.
and I'll log in. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Linhar, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. Number 45 on your criminal at this point.
All right, CR 21-11-173H, Gladisa Victoria Max.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is she present? Is Ms. Max present? I do see her there.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, your announcement. This is no bond modifications on her case. Your announcement.
Your Honor, we're awaiting discovery on this case as well as a rec from the state. If we can humbly request additional time to review those evidence and the recommendation.
All right. I can give you March 31st if that date works.
That works, Your Honor.
March 31st, 2022 at 9:30. Ms. Max, stay in contact with your attorneys and we'll see you on March 31st at 9:30, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. That concludes our matter in this honorable court. May my client and I be excused.
You're excused. Thank you. All right, Mr. Gonzalez, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. Number 61 on the court's criminal docket.
61. CR 20-09-601H, Edgar Enrique Trevino.
Judge, he is currently present on Zoom. He has done, the state had asked for 3 random UAs. He's done 2. He's lacking 1. And then at that point, the state will dismiss the case.
How about I do this? How about he goes and takes that last UA today and I bring him back on Tuesday?
That's fine, Judge.
All right. Let's do that. Let me reset this for Tuesday, the 15th of February. And Mr. Trevino, you're ordered to go today to take that last UA. Victoria, where does he go?
It would be our main probation department, Judge. I believe Mr. Heller needs to send a letter.
That's correct. I'll send it over as soon as we're done.
Okay, as soon as we're done with docket, Mr. Gonzalez, we'll send that letter over, and Mr. Enrique Trevino, Edgar Enrique Trevino, you have until 3 o'clock today to go over and have that UA taken, and we'll see you on next Tuesday, 9:30, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Gonzalez, anything else?
No, sir, that's it.
All right, perfect. Have a good day.
You too, Judge.
All right, let's go over to Mr. Trejo. Lauro Trejo.
Morning, Judge. I have 2 cases. Both clients are in my office. The first case is number 32 and number 33 on your docket, State of Texas versus Max Gonzalez.
All right, CR 21-11-057H, Max Gonzalez. No violations reported for Mr. Gonzalez. And is he present? Max Gonzalez.
He's in my office, Judge, across from me. Let me show you.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Where are you? There we go. Mr. Trejo, your announcement.
We're asking for additional time, Judge. We're filling out the PTD application. My client's taking the drug test. We should be ready to submit this very soon.
All right. Let me go ahead and give you March the 31st, 2022 at 9:30, okay? March 31st, 9:30.
Mr. Montoya. My next case, Judge, is number 47. State of Texas versus Julio Cesar Montoya. He's a Spanish speaker. He's in my office.
Buenos días.
Good morning. Buenos dias. This is CR 21-03-917H, Julio Cesar Montoya.
And Judge, same announcement on Mr. Montoya. He'll be taking the drug test today, and we should be filling out the application and turning it in very soon.
All right, March 31st, 2022 at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you. All right, Rudy Moreno, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I got number 28 on your docket, Diego Gonzalez. He's present by Zoom.
All right, 28, CR 21-091-57H, Diego Alonso Gonzalez. First status, bond modified. We already have 6 missed tests and 8 late tests for the report of January through February the 8th. There's Diego Gonzalez present.
Yes, sir. Here. Good morning.
Mr. Moreno, were you aware of these missed tests and late tests?
I was not, Your Honor.
All right. As I typically do, Mr. Moreno, I'm going to give a verbal admonishment to Mr. Gonzalez. Unfortunately, that now eliminates him from, the possibility of having fines and court costs waived, as I discussed earlier, because of these missed tests and late tests. But it also gives him the opportunity to visit with our probation officer today about any windows that need to be modified, if there's any problems, so that there won't be any sanctions that we will give going down the road. Mr. Gonzalez, I always give one verbal admonishment. Today is that day to give you that verbal admonishment. Obviously, we have some missed tests and late tests. Obviously, I'm more concerned about the missed test than the late test, although I'm concerned about both of them. But missed tests, I treat those as positive tests. And so as such, if you need to be put into a breakout room with our probation officer to discuss, any Windows modifications or anything dealing with the device, today is the day, because after today, if there's any more missed tests or late tests, then we'll start taking administrative sanctions, okay? So if that's something that you need to discuss with her, please let me know either through Mr. Moreno or yourself, and so we can address that today.
Understood. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Moreno, any announcements on this case?
Judge, I just need some time to submit the PD application. We can have a reset date.
Sure. Let me go ahead and give you April 7th, 2022 at 9:30, okay? April 7th, 9:30, and we're jotting down the verbal admonishment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
That's all I have,
Anything
Judge. Maybe excuse.
Yes, you may. Mr. Gonzalez, Richard.
Good morning, Judge. I have number 2 on the docket.
CR 21-10-482H, Gilberto Alcantar, bond modification for status, no violations reported. And again, Mr. Gonzalez, I'll let you know about the court's new policy that if there's no violations upon completion of whatever path you guys decide, PTD, plea, anything like that, if there's any fines and fines or fees associated with that, and there's no violations during the course of your client's having the mobile device, the court will waive all fines and court costs. Okay.
Okay, great, Judge. That's good to know.
Yes, sir. Your announcement.
Judge, I just need to get a reset. I'm going to attempt to staff this case to see if I can get some type of ADR consideration.
All right. Let me go ahead and reset this for April the 7th. April 7th, 2022 at 9:30. Is Mr. Alcantar present?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Alcantar, stay in contact with your attorney. Again, remember that if there's no violations on the mobile device and we don't have any to give any verbal admonishments, then the court will waive your fines and court costs associated with a PTD or a plea or anything of that sort. Okay?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Perfect. Stay in contact with Mr. Gonzalez. We'll see you April 7th at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Martinez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 34 on your docket.
34. CR 21-11-488H, Jesus Noé Gutierrez.
Mr. Gutierrez, I did see him present earlier.
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here.
He's under Zoom.
This was the status. We were set last week. The state was going to look at, he was supposed to be screened for the mental health.
Okay. Do we have any information on that screening, Victoria?
I believe the DA's office handles that one, Judge.
Oh, okay. Yuri, do we have any information?
Judge, I have not heard back. I will check with Dr. Pina on this one.
Okay, let me go ahead and give a reset date for March 31st, 2022 at 9:30. Mr. Gutierrez, stay in contact with Ms. Martinez. We'll see you on March 31st at 9:30.
Yes. Alrighty. Thank you.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you so much. Mr. Barbosa,
Good morning, Judge. I'm here number 9 on your court's docket.
it's gonna call number 9. CR 2108-818H, Brenda Lizette Bosada.
That's correct, Judge. Judge, we're just asking for continuance on this case. Ms. Posada was starting work today. She couldn't be on Zoom. She is PTD eligible, Your Honor. We're just checking something on her immigration status, so hopefully we should be able to wrap this up pretty soon.
All right, motion for continuance number 1 is granted. She must be present at the next setting. The next setting the court's gonna give is March the 8th, 2022 at 9:30.
Perfect, Your Honor. That's all I have. May I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Judge. You guys stay safe.
You too. Alex, what do you got?
Morning, Judge. I have number 18, Alejandro Delgado.
All right, CR 1810-699H, Alejandro Delgado. Bond modification, no violations reported. Mr. Munoz, you're announced.
Yes, Judge, we're just asking for some more time. We're still waiting on a recommendation. He did have another attorney before he recently retained me, Judge. So
We give you March 22nd at 9:30, okay? March 22nd, 9:30.
thank you, Judge.
All right.
Judge,
29 and 30.
Okay. Alex, you had another one?
yeah, Judge, I have number 7, Jacob Banda. It was on a tickler, Judge. I believe the state already submitted its dismissal.
Yes, sir. In CR 2107-217H, State of Texas versus Jacob Banda, that case has been dismissed already. All conditions have been completed.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I had this morning. May I be excused?
You're excused.
Your Honor, briefly before you excuse him, if we can recall the prior case, his number 18, his client picked up a new DWI. It's an intake, so we'd like to modify conditions of bond to add MAMD.
Oh, yeah. No violations reported, but he picked up a new DWI. That sounds like a major violation.
When did he pick up the new one, Judge? Or Yuri, sorry.
The offense date is 10/10/21.
When did I arraign him?
Judge, I believe this case, there was a NISI, and that's when he retained me, and we had a court on the 14th. It was a NISI recall, Judge.
Okay, so then his bond was modified.
Yes, Judge.
He has a scram device. And Yuri, what are you requesting?
If he's on scram, then we're fine.
Not scram. He's got a mobile device.
Well, then, Judge, then we would ask for AIP or scram.
Okay,
Judge, I believe the mobile device was given to him because of the NISI and the new DWI.
Correct. So the court already considered that. That's a reason for giving him the mobile device.
Very well.
But he didn't pick up the new offense after after the device was placed on him.
No, Judge, I don't believe so.
No, Judge.
Okay, so March 22nd, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, he's online. He may need the services of a translator. Carlos, will you let him know that the reset date is March 22nd, 9:30?
Señor Delgado, va a poner una nueva fecha para el 22 de marzo a las 9:30 de la mañana. Quédese en comunicación con su abogado.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you so much. All right, Orlando.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 50 on the court's docket, Marco Piedra.
CR 2110-862H, Marco Antonio Piedra. I'm showing a bond modification for status, no violations reported. Is Mr. Marco Antonio Piedra present?
He's with me.
Okay, perfect. I see him there. Your announcement, Mr. Mercado.
Yes, Your Honor. I need a little bit more time to confer with the state to see if he's PTD eligible.
Let me give you March the 8th, 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. Mr. Cavazos, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have number 26, Judge, and he does need an interpreter.
All right, CR 2111-055H, Adrian Gomez. Bond modification for status, no violations reported. Mr. Cavazos, your announcement.
Judge, I did receive a rec from the state. I actually received the documents last night, and I do anticipate a plea, Judge, so just a short reset.
Sure, I can give you next Thursday. If that works?
That works, Judge.
Okay, next Thursday is the 17th of February, February 17th, 2022 at 2 o'clock.
Judge, and do you
No,
anticipate that to be through Zoom?
Yes, through Zoom, 2 o'clock via Zoom, no violations reported. If there's no violations, next Thursday, remind me, or my probation officer will remind me, and we will waive the fines and court costs for him.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll make sure and impress that on my client.
Take that into consideration when you're working your plea out.
Yes, Judge.
No. Okay, anything else?
That's all we have, Judge. May my client I be excused?
Yes, Carlos, will you let Mr. Gomez know that his date has been reset for next Thursday at 2 o'clock to stay in contact with Mr. Cavazos?
Adrián Gómez, su caso se le va a cambiar para otra audiencia el 17 de febrero, que es el próximo jueves a las 2 de la tarde, que es en comunicación con su abogado.
Bueno.
Okay. He's
Thank you,
excused.
Judge. You stay safe.
Yes, thank you. You too.
Yes, sir.
Carlos, let him know that he's excused.
Ya se puede retirar, señor Gómez.
Mr. Flores,
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
good morning.
Jose Angel Garcia, I believe he's on, Your Honor. We have docket numbers 22, 23, and 24. This is the bringing him back after an eyesight.
All right, nice. I recalled. Have a drug patch, obtained a drug patch with safety check on 12/6, never returned for removal or collection. Is Mr. Garcia present? I see him there. Let's first take care of the NISI. Because he is present, the court will go ahead and recall the NISI at the state's expense. Mr. Garcia, the court will always recall one and the first NISI at the state's expense, but I only do that one time. If there is another warrant for your arrest because you failed to appear, it will be at your expense that the NISI gets recalled, okay? But today, that's not the case. Today, it'll be on the state to incur that cost, but I only do that one time, okay?
He's muted, Your Honor.
All right. Yes, if you can.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I appreciate that. Thank
Okay,
you.
no worries. Now the drug patch. What do we need here?
I still have it, Your Honor. I wasn't working, and recently I had COVID for 2 weeks, but I tested negative yesterday, so I can go today. I also have a new job also, so it won't be an issue like having to pay the 75 every 2 weeks. Like,
Okay, so let me do this. Let me go ahead and have you go in, have it removed. You're gonna have another one put on. Okay. And Victoria, can you let him know where he needs to go if he doesn't already know?
I know where it's at, Your Honor.
Perfect.
I live right next to
He has a new phone number, Your Honor. Might be good if he let everybody know.
All right, can you let Ms. Rodriguez know your phone number?
Yes, sir. It's a text plus, so I can only use that number when I'm on Wi-Fi. That's why I email him instead. But I will let him know that number.
Can you let Ms. Rodriguez, the probation officer, know that number right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right now, Mr. Garcia.
I know. I'm closing this thing real quick so I can read it. 1 second, Your Honor. It's 956-240-7937. It's the same number that I was texting Ricardo, my lawyer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Flores, your request or announcement with respect to what you want to do with the dates.
Well, Your Honor, the state has sent me a recommendation. He has 3 cases. They've sent me a recommendation. I forwarded it to him a while back, but apparently he's been ill and I've not been able to communicate with him. Obviously, he hasn't had a phone that I can call him to. But I'm not sure what he wants to do with his cases. So I'd appreciate any amount of time you could give us to try and work this out.
Let me go ahead and give you March the 22nd. I am going to order that he go in today to have that that drug patch removed and another one placed on. And we will get the results back from the first one. And hopefully by the 22nd, we'll have the results for the second. We'll see where
Your
we're
Honor, I apologize, Your Honor, for interrupting. Can you repeat the court date again? The next
March 22nd at 9:30.
At 9:30, Your Honor?
Yes, 9:30.
Thank you, sir. I believe that's all we have this morning, Your Honor.
You and Mr. Garcia are excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Barreiro, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I believe I have number 63 on the court's criminal docket, Juan Ignacio Vasquez.
All right, Juan Ignacio Vasquez, CR 21-11-197H. Juan Ignacio Vasquez. Defendant never
Present.
provided proof of a mobile device.
He has not provided proof, Judge?
That's what I'm showing here.
Okay.
Yes, Your
Yes,
Honor. I have it.
You have the proof?
Yeah, no, I have the breathalyzer with me, but not here with me. It's at my house, but I'm at work right now. But I do
Okay.
have it with sober sense.
Sober sense. Okay.
Yes.
Judge, I'll work on getting that provided to the probation office.
Okay. I guess my concern is it's the mobile device and he doesn't have it with him. Is he gonna be missing tests?
I believe he texted me, Judge, saying that he was having issues with his cell phone and the company advised him to keep using his wife's phone. So it's a little weird, but I'm not sure why his phone doesn't work, Judge.
Let me do this. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a short reset to March the 8th
Okay.
so that we can identify it and not let this get out of hand. I want to make sure that he's not missing, because if it's a mobile device and it's at home, then at 10 o'clock or whatever, it's going to trigger another, sample. And if he's not providing it, then that's going to be a missed test. And I don't want this to get out of hand and then,
Right. I'll advise him, Judge.
okay. March
8th at 9:30, Judge?
9:30, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All
May
right,
we be
Mr. Vasquez,
excused?
stay in contact with Ms. Barreto, please.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, I was going to say that I can verify on the SoberSense website if you give me a few minutes to see if he's active.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Vasquez, hang tight. Don't hang up, okay?
Okay, Your Honor. Okay.
All right. Let me move over to Ms. Dietz while we wait.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 25 on the court's docket, Luis Alfredo Garcia.
25 CR 21-11-058H, Luis Alfredo Garcia. No
Yes,
bond
Your Honor.
modifications?
No, Your Honor. This is a first status. I did speak to Mr. Garcia at the time of his arraignment, Judge. Since then, I've lost contact with him. I tried getting a phone number for him, but I guess when he was arrested at that time, only an address was provided. So I did send a letter out, Your Honor. At this time, I'm just asking for a very short reset just so that it can give him time to contact me.
All right, first motion for continuance is granted. Let me go ahead and give you a reset dates for March 8th, 2022 at 9:30. And if he's not here at that time, then a warrant will be issued, but otherwise you can get him here on March 8th. We'll be good.
Perfect, Your Honor. Thank you. And that's all I have. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Casares, David.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, Judge. I'm standing in for Mr. Cáceres and myself for number 29 and number 30.
Okay.
We have the same person, Your Honor.
Okay, Emilio Gonzalez.
He speaks Spanish, Your Honor. I don't believe he speaks very little English, Your Honor.
Okay. This is CR 21-05-342H and CR 21-12-754H, State of Texas versus Emilio Gonzalez. I'm showing no scram violations. And I will take an announcement from Mr. Casares or Ms. Guerra.
Well, I'll leave it to Ms. Guerra since she's been working on it recently.
Okay.
Yes, Judge. I'm just asking for additional time, at least 30 days, Judge. We just received the paper discovery on Monday. Just want to do our due diligence, submit USBs for videos, and also sit down with Mr. Gonzalez and go over the discovery and negotiate with Mr. Heller on the case.
Let me go ahead and give you April 7th at 9:30. April 7th, 9:30. And Carlos, if you can let Mr. Gonzalez know that the reset date for their cases or his cases, April 7th, 9:30.
April 7th.
Thank you, Judge.
González, la nueva audiencia va a ser el 4 al 7 de abril a las 9:30 de la mañana. Quédese en comunicación con sus abogados. Y eso para tirar.
All right. Anything else, Ms. Guerra or Mr. Casares?
No, Your Honor, only that we're also looking into his status so that we can work on that, so that hopefully that won't affect his, he has family here. He's always lived here. We don't want this to inadvertently affect the family, his children, Your Honor.
Okay,
That's
no problem. Perfect. Well, then we'll see you on that date and at that time.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
April
Thank
7th.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gonzalez, you were excused. All right. Victoria. Any word?
I just found him, Judge. It's because it's listed under Juan I. Vasquez.
Great.
So,
At least he was telling the truth on that, Judge.
let me just run the report really quick and see how he's been doing.
Okay, perfect. Ms. Conant, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I do not have the numbers on the docket, but his name is Ease Che, and the numbers are 021-10272.
All right,
Judge.
15,
And
16.
yes, sir. Your Honor, I believe we're still waiting for a felony for a POCS to come down. We have not received recs on these because of the pending felony.
Gotcha. Let me go ahead and give you April 7th at 9:30. April 7th, 9:30 for both of these cases. Mr. Che, stay in contact with Ms. Conant. We'll see you on April 7th and see if those felonies have been have come through or not.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further business. May I be excused?
You're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
No violations for Mr. Vasquez, Judge.
Perfect. No violations, then we can move the date a little longer. Ms. Barredo, if you think you need more time since there's no violations.
Yes, Judge, please.
Okay, let me go ahead and give you the April 7th date.
April 7th is perfect. I was gonna ask for a reset so I can file discovery, Judge, so I haven't received it.
Perfect. Well, hopefully by April 7th, you have all that.
Okay, thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
You're excused. Thank you. All right, I have
Thank you, Your
Mr. Thank you. I have Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy, you have an announcement on a case? Okay, if you can do me a favor, in the hallway, we have the computer set up, so there won't be any feedback issues. And then, so just walk in here, you'll see the computer, and then you can make the announcement, unmute yourself, and we'll be good to go. And turn on the camera too, by the way.
Number 48.
48? Good. CR 21 10-052H, Nidia del Carmen Gomez Osorio. Mr. Kennedy, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. And is Miss Osorio present? I don't see her.
I'm not sure, Your Honor. I've been here in the courthouse, so I haven't been logged on to Zoom.
All right, Nidia del Carmen Gomez Osorio, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Nidia del Carmen Gomez Osorio. Set for status, are you asking for a motion for continuance?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Motion for continuance number 1, granted, reset date, March 8th, 2022, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate that.
All right. Anything else?
No, Judge, that's all I have. Thank you for taking the time.
You're welcome. If you could just put that one on mute, please.
Yes,
You
Judge.
can leave the camera on, but just put it on mute.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, we will reach out to the rest of the attorneys for the remaining individuals that are still here. I do have Mr. Mora, who's present in the courtroom. Mr. Mora, maybe you could go to the back as well. Just unmute, please. Okay. Same defendant?
No.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Let's start off with number 43, Mr. Mora, that's CR 21086158. Angeline Sheila Martinez. That's a felony motion to adjudicate was heard, I guess it was yesterday.
It has been reset, Judge.
Okay.
We're still trying to get some kind of,
It was reset to the March 31st. Would you like for me to give you maybe April the 5th or April the 7th?
that's fine, Judge. That'll work.
Okay, let's do April 7th at 9:30, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. And that brings us to a motion to suppress CR 19-04-245H, Juan Javier Isais. Motion to suppress your announcement, Mr. Mora.
We're announcing ready, Judge. My client's outside the courtroom corridor.
All right, defense is ready. What says the state?
Judge, state is announcing not ready. As of yesterday afternoon, the trooper was not served with the subpoena, so we're asking for continuance.
Okay. I do see here that defendant's second motion for continuance was granted on 12/9. What is the reason for the subpoena not being served? Mr.
Judge,
Heller?
I believe it got stuck at the sheriff's department.
Okay, Mr. Mora?
Judge, obviously, we would object. In fact, on that, the reason I have the second motion is that it was actually set for a Zoom hearing, and I requested that it be in person. The court admonished me and my client that this would be the last continuance. And everybody get ready, and we were set in person.
Give me 1 second. Hilda. Okay, so apparently one of the reasons why the officer wasn't served is because he is now working in Falfurrias and doesn't work in the county. So the sheriff's ain't going to be able to serve him, Mr. Heller. But that goes back to what day? February 3rd? How do you anticipate reaching out to him in another form, Mr. Heller?
Yes, Judge, I actually spoke with him yesterday afternoon. And he said that I can call him by phone and he can make arrangements to be present.
Okay, so you did speak with him then?
Yes, and he said he was not served.
Okay. Continuance, state's motion for continuance is granted since you did reach out to him and made contact. State motion for continuance is granted. Let me go ahead and give you a quick reset. Mr. Mora, I will give you the option to pick a date that works with you and your client. I don't know if you need time to go out there and visit with him and see they're typically Thursdays. So a Thursday, but you can let me know what day works for you.
And any Thursday from like 17th on?
17th of February or March?
No, I'm asking like starting with the 17th on. I'll go outside.
Oh, okay.
My client.
Okay. Let me see. Let me just check to make sure that we're not overbooked on this.
No, what I'm asking, Judge, is any Thursday from that point on is what we can request.
Oh, okay. Yes, from that day on. So
let me go speak with my client, Judge, and I'll get with the staff and.
Okay. Yeah, what you could do is just put on mute, go talk to him, and then you can just tell me right here in person.
Yes, sir.
All right, and then I'll give you that date. All right, and it looks like I have an officer here, Mr. Heller. I'm not sure. Your name, sir? Corporal Martinez? Corporal Martinez is present in the courtroom. Mr. Heller, I'm not sure if you know what case that one's associated.
That's for the other suppression, Judge. CR 20-0531-1H.
Okay. Heather Diane Diaz?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Diaz is also present in the courtroom. Okay, so Mr. Heller, are you planning on coming over, or how do you want to handle this?
I'll be coming over.
Okay, let me just take Mr. Solis real quick. He's logged on under Artemio de la Fuente.
Oh, I
All
just
right.
saw that, sorry.
Okay, Mr. Solis, your announcement?
Judge, number 13 of your docket, Mr. Ernesto Cerda.
CR 20-07-986H, Ernesto Rafael Cerda. Carried over from February the 3rd status. Mr. Sarda present? Yeah, he's there.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Solis, what is your announcement?
Judge, we filed a motion to withdraw in this case, Judge, due to the fact that our law firm is no longer on the appointment wheel, Judge. I did see on that we filed it kind of late, so I don't believe it was set on this docket for today.
Okay, Mr. Cerda, do you have any objection to Mr. Solis withdrawing?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, motion to withdraw is granted. All right, now, Mr. Cerda, can I have you raise your right hand, please?
No.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth? Hold on, Dan, hold on. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is your true and correct name Ernesto Cerda?
Correct.
All right, give me 1 second. Okay, Mr. Cerda, I just need to ask you a few questions to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, since the law firm of De La Fuente and Solis have withdrawn since they're no longer on the wheel, okay?
Understand.
All right, thank you. Are you currently employed?
Yes, I am.
All right, and what do you do for a living, sir?
I work at a bookstore at the UTRGV in Brownsville.
Okay, are you a student there?
No, I am not.
Okay, and how much do you make a pay period?
About $150 a week.
Okay, and do you have minor children that you support?
No, I do not.
The court is going to go ahead, based on that income that you make, I'm going to appoint you to Dan Mora. Dan Mora is going to be your court-appointed attorney. He is here he's present here in person, but I'm going to put you in a breakout room with him so y'all can exchange information. Mr. Mora, this is the cause number for him, because I don't know if your client will know it. It's CR 20-07-986H. His name is Ernesto Rafael Cerda. This is a possession of marijuana, less than 2 ounces, a class B. Mr. Mora will be your court-appointed attorney. I've just signed off on the new appointment. And I'm going to put you in a breakout room so y'all can exchange personal information and contact information and all that good stuff, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Mr. Solis, you're good to go.
Judge, I believe I have another one. It's number 56 of your docket, but I don't think he is present. Mr. Pierre Soler.
Alex Aguirre was appointed? Oh, yes, I think that was, I think I granted you the withdrawal.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Yes,
Just
no
wanted
problem.
to make sure.
Okay,
May I be excused, Judge?
yes, you may.
Thank you.
All right, Johnny, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I apologize. I don't have the number on the docket, Judge. I'm here in another hearing, the 449th, but it is CR 18-07031H. Jose Mares.
Jose, what, I'm sorry?
Mares.
41.
Judge, on this matter, I'm just asking for a reset, Judge, so I can get this resolved with my client in the state.
Is Jose Mares present? Mr. Mares, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Not present. I have somebody with a Galaxy J2. Can you identify yourself, sir, with a blue shirt, Galaxy J2 by name, just so I can know that you're not Mr. Mares? No, not the one, not based on the mugshot, not the defendant. Motion for continuance is granted, Johnny.
Thank you, Judge.
And I'm going to reset this for March the 8th.
Thank you, Judge. And I'll have them on. I appreciate that, Your Honor.
All right, no problem.
Have a good day, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Billy.
Good morning, Judge. I apologize.
5 and 6. Okay, we have CR 21-11-049H, as well as CR 21-11-048H, Monty Jeff Aubrey. No violations. However, we only have 9 engine starts in over 2 months, and there was never a swap to a mobile device. Any information on that, Mr. Chapa?
I think that it might have been a work truck situation where he's not allowed to have a mobile device where he works. It's basically a safety hazard. So I don't know if Mr. Aubrey can elaborate on that.
Yes, sir. Your Honor, the truck that I have, that my personal truck actually was in the shop. I have the receipts for the mechanic. It took some time to get some parts that were back ordered, but I do have the truck now.
All right. And so you're having an issue with the mobile device. Is that my understanding?
Yes, sir. On the drilling sites that we work on, we're not allowed to have any electronic devices while we're on site working.
Okay.
Because we had brought that up to the court's attention the last time we were here. And Mr. Aubrey basically explained how it's not allowed to be there, and the court was basically ordered him to remain on an interlock device.
Okay. So do we have the interlock device now on the vehicle that you're currently in right now? That truck?
I'm not in my truck, sir. I'm in a company truck. My one of my supervisor's trucks. I'm on a job site. We're actually laying asphalt right now.
Okay. So,
but I do have the interlock. I do have the interlock installed on my personal truck.
And
I just got it back from the shop. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Your announcement, Mr. Chapa.
Judge, I don't believe we've received discovery on this case yet. So that's what we're pending at this point.
Okay. Let me go ahead and give you a reset date for April 7th, 9:30.
Yes, Judge.
All right.
Am I kind of be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Mora, did we get you with the date on the motion to suppress? Okay. All right. This March 10th. Okay, Mr. Garza, if you can just go to the back, we have a computer back over there so that we can all hear you and you can make an announcement on your case. So just down the hallway right here, right behind me. Okay. Yeah. Is he still on back there? Make sure that. No, he's still in the breakout room. What day do we want to? Dan. All right, the Galaxy J2 with the blue shirt, gentleman with a blue shirt. Can you identify yourself, please, just so I can know your name? Okay. You get Mr. Garza. Okay, Mr. Garza, good morning. You're here on CR 20-05311H, Heather Diane Diaz, showing no violations reported. This is a motion to suppress in person. Your announcement, Mr. Garza.
Your Honor, Richard Garza on behalf of Mr. Heather Danny Diaz, we are present and we're ready for motion to suppress, Your Honor.
All right, defense is ready. What says the state?
Judge, state's ready, but I'd like to urge my motion to deny their suppression beforehand. They may take care of it before having to go over there.
Your Honor, and before he goes forth, I'm going to object to his motion. Secondly, since it is a motion, pursuant to the rules, I didn't receive 3 days notice. He files this yesterday. So therefore, the court, based on the rules of evidence, based on the rules of Texas criminal procedure, motion can't be entertained. He never gave us 3 day notice, Judge.
No 3 days notice.
Well, then, Judge, we can treat it as a brief.
Your Honor,
I mean, look.
that's not the way he purported it.
Officers are here, defendant is here. We're gonna have this motion support or suppression. In just a minute, you come over and we'll have this suppression hearing in person.
Let's do it.
Okay, Mr. Rodriguez and Mr. Garza, just hang tight. We'll be right with you. We're gonna do it in person. Mr. Heller is on his way. All right, Mr. Rodriguez.
Good morning, Judge. I apologize for running late, but I've been jumping around from different screen to screen. So I apologize for that. Judge, on this one, I'm here on behalf of CR 21-07786H, Crystal Garcia. I'm still working on this one, Judge, and I hate to ask for a bit more time. I was hoping to have been done by now and submitted, but I do need it just a bit more time, Judge. I've been tied up.
How about March 8th? Is that okay?
March 8th works perfectly, Judge.
All right, March 8th, 9:30, and Ms. Crystal Garcia is present. So Ms. Garcia, just stay in contact with Mr. Rodriguez, and otherwise you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, that leaves us just with that Galaxy J12 or J2. Yeah. Can you hear me, Galaxy J2? Galaxy J2? I'm gonna log him off. Maybe he'll log back on. Yuri, make your way this way.
Yes, Judge.
All right.
Whoever's pending, we already called him.
Okay. All right, that takes care of our docket with the exception of a motion to